bitter criticism reading whatever Pepe Escobar is saying about the situation in Syria. Was a lot of updates I didn't saw. There's some tweets. Well, there's an article from Telegram article, huge Telegram article from the Islander. It says, Hydra of betrayals, Syria's collapse and the imperial playbook. The swift collapse of Assad's regime raises troubling questions. In 2015, under far grimmer odds, Syria's Republican Guard and Tiger forces held the line against larger US, Turkish, Israeli proxies. Latakia's coast and critical supply routes were defended heroically, and Damascus, despite being struck almost daily, stood resolutely. Today, that same Damascus has fallen without a fight. What changed? Was this collapse engineered by a series of covert deals and betrayals among those Assad once trusted to safeguard Syria's sovereignty? There were whispers about Assad's early years, when he was allegedly courted by the CIA before his rise to power. Was there truth to these rumors? And if so, did those early interactions lay a foundation for his ouster? What we can assess are outcomes, and they are damning. Syria has been dissected, the resistance fragmented, and imperial forces are consolidating gains. The urgency for unity among the resistance has never been more critical. Israel's role is insidious. October the 7th was a spark deliberately allowed to ignite the most fortified settler state with unparalleled intel capabilities. Let events unfold, paving the way for a broader imperial agenda. Hamas Muslim Brotherhood handed Israel the pretext to redraw the map, bombing Syria with impunity and sights set far beyond Golan under the guise of security. This calculated savagery executed with the full backing of its vassals. Erdogan's duplicity is glaring. Publicly posturing as a defender of Palestinians, he has long been a covert enabler of Israel's ambitions. His respect for Syria's territorial integrity rhetoric rang hollow, especially as Turkish-backed jihadists craved up northern Syria. Erdogan's 2016 coup scare survived thanks to Russia. Only cemented his role as a pragmatic snake, eager to play all sides to entrench neo-Ottoman delusions. Was too much trust placed in him at Astana, freezing the war when victory was inevitable. Astana had secured a temporary peace, but it came at a grave cost. Halting offensives in Idlib, withholding advanced air defense authorizations, and leaving Syria vulnerable to relentless Israeli bombardments. The S-300s and S-400s, touted as game changers, were reduced to mere deterrents, shackled by Russian red tape. The result? Syria's infrastructure crumbled under Israeli strikes, and economic strangulation through Caesar sanctions did the rest. Was this a strategic miscalculation or a deliberate trade-off in a broader game? Then there's Assad himself, a man once resolute, willing to endure daily compound strikes, suddenly appears in Russia with asylum granted. Could the man who defied the odds in 2015 have finally been compromised? And if so, what was offered in exchange for Syria's dismemberment? A reduction in aid to Ukraine's fascist puppets, or some false semblance of peace for Iran in its endless sanctions war? By their actions, Syrian forces gave up without much of any fight. Why? The fragmentation of the resistance is the fatal flaw so masterfully exploited. Pepe Escobar's warning echoes louder than ever. The resistance must kill the Hydra, or it will be picked off one by one. Syria, Lebanon, Iran, and even mighty Russia and China must heed this call. Israel's imperial backers, led by the US, dream of China as the final domino. The stakes couldn't be higher. When will the dragon wake up and smell the stench? I was reading CGTN right now. They still publishing. Nobody knows where Assad is. So, what's going on with China? Economic sanctions and military constraints have turned Syria into an imperial playground for divide and conquer strategies. The resistance must ask hard questions. Why did Syria halt when victory seemed within reach? The stench of betrayal lingers, and real answers are needed, not gaslighting platitudes. History will not forgive complacency. The resistance must unite with urgency, or the Hydra will tighten its grip. Syria may have fallen, but the war is not over. Will the resistance rise as one, or will it allow itself to be dismantled piece by piece? Get in all and subscribe the Islander News. That was an interesting article by Pepe Escobar. I'm going to publish just like that. The Hydra of betrayals. Yeah.